We talked about when we ought to sell and think about moving over here. And we decided that, we should just do it right away. Well, I mean, she's already signed a contract to teach with another gal as a partner for the school year. And so we didn't want, and nobody else knew we were thinking of moving. So what we did was there was a realtor that lived in the area that we knew, and we had him come over, and we talked to him about, selling and so forth, and we told him what we wanted for the house. Well, at the time, the prices were falling. They were really falling in the area. And so he said, well, you'll never get that. And I said, well, that's okay, but that's what I want to list it at. So, well, he kind of, okay, all right. And then I said, oh, and by the way, we don't want a sign in the yard. Well, we talked about that for a minute, and then I said, and in addition to that, we don't want it put on multiple listings. So now we're going to sell the house, but we don't want it on multiple listing, and we don't want it on with a sign in the yard. Well, I don't know what he thought when he left, but he signed us up, I guess. Thought, well, maybe something could happen. Within a week, we had our first lookers. And within a day, we had an offer. Now, the offer meant, and we ended up agreeing on something about $5,000 less than we had asked after we negotiated. But what we had to do was we had a first and a second, because we had taken out a second on the house when we added on to it. They were both assumable, so they would assume those two loans. We'd get so much money to begin with, but and then we had to give them a third that they would pay monthly, principal and interest. And then we had to give them a fourth that would be payable in 5 years at different interest rates. And so that's the way we ended up.